The keys to the Lamborghini.
I'm a tiger on the prowl. I'ma make it go wild. I'm original, and I told you so. I'm a kid in the candy store with a left on the denim. I ain't the cure, I'm the venom. If you wanna find me, find the taillight. Something's coming in, you're gonna wanna take a red eye. It's time to go. It's time to go. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Don't blink, don't blink. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Don't blink, don't blink. I don't wait for nobody. I'm a summer name on the dotty. City lights call my name, drawn to the flame, and I'm feeling kinda naughty. I hit the ground running, step out the door and I'm stunning. Better hold tight cause you know what's going down. I'm setting the pace cause this is my town. So get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Don't blink, don't blink. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Don't blink, don't blink. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Don't blink, don't blink. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Don't blink, don't blink.
Hey friends, welcome. This is Let's Get Live, and it's a takeover. I am not Doc Rock, your content creation coach. I am Keely Dunn of Discord Creators, and I am so happy to be here again. So Doc called the cops on Saturday and failed to clear myself and Alec Johnson of Take One Tech out of the house. So I'm back. Now, if you didn't get a chance to catch what Alec and I were talking about on Saturday, we set up some things in his Discord server where we set up members only categories and channels so that he could deliver some course specific information to people who had bought into his upcoming or his currently being offered eCam Masterclass. Make sure you check out that replay because there was a ton of good information in there. I was going through the chapters last night and I was like, this is actually really good. I was quite excited about it. So thank you to all of you who were there live, but check the replay if you weren't there. Today, we're going to move another step on that journey and we're going to talk about setting up events for your members. So not only can you have discussions with your members in a Discord server, but you can actually hold events where you can deliver content to your people. And we're going to show you how that all works. And when I say we, that means that, of course, I'm bringing another good friend. I'm so excited that she's here. Ladies and gentlemen, Dina Taylor. Wait. Silver Lining Homeplace.
Hey, y'all.
I think I'm the only one who gets excited at that. I think it's the fact that I get to press a button and suddenly confetti rolls. And everybody else is
There's
going,
button happiness.
they're like, nah. What's that about? Especially you. Dee, thanks for joining in. I'm really
Thanks
glad
for
you're
having
here.
me.
I'm really glad you're here. So for those of the crowd, actually, should we say hello first or should we start in with content? What do you think?
Your call.
My call.
Might as well
God,
say
I
hi
hate-
real quick.
Yeah. Let's see. Where were we? Okay. Comments and Dina. Okay. Because I love saying hello to people. we're going to do this. So remember, folks, because I've stolen Doc's channel for 3 episodes, I can't actually bring your comments on screen. And I know that's a real bummer. And it really, you know, it's going to be the massive struggle bus. But we managed to do okay on Saturday. So make sure that if you're going to ask some questions that you do the whole K colon. Good start. Q colon in front, because it'll really help me find, because I'm going to be scanning for that in the list, which I see before me. Is that Professor Walker or Principal Walker coming in early to class? She's usually waltzing in like super late, which is just amazing.
Nice.
I know, right? Isn't that amazing? Nice. Watching bus video, but got earbuds in to check out. Thank you. Yes, she's propping it up for, wait, oh, I don't have my DJ horn ready. Okay, I'm going to do this one then. How you like that? International Women's Month. Year, decade, all the times. Glad that you're here. Rob Valls is here. Hey, friend.
What's up, Rob?
Yeah. Rich Graham. He's here. Yeah, you're all early to the party. That's really nice. Jeff Hawkins is here. He is ready to learn, friends. If you don't know how disciplined this man is, he is ready to learn. Excellent. David Hunt, thank you very much. The moderator, the Paul Duncan, is here. Thank you for coming by. Hey, who's that Silver Lining Homeplace lady? That's you. Silverhead Fitness. Hey, hi. Do we know who Silverhead Fitness is? Do you know their name?
We've seen her. Yeah, I've seen her. We've seen her in the streams before.
Oh,
You've been busy working.
Yeah. Okay. Please, Silverhead, like slap your name in there so that I don't forget a second time. Okay, because I don't want to do that. You need to get Keely a Hawaii photo hat. I don't know what that means. What does that mean, Tina? What's a Hawaii photo hat? You got nothing? Okay.
That one was, I got to do a Rich Graham on that. I got nothing.
There you go. Todd of Christmas Clatter is here. Hannity, thanks for coming by. We were really lacking emojis, so don't worry, everybody. Hannity is here to just spread the emoji love all through the comments. That's awesome. The royal we. It's the we. Thanks for coming by, Luis. Glad that you're here. And let's see. Yeah, hit the like button, anyone. But you know what? We're gonna earn it, aren't we? Like you can hold your verdict. I think Dina and I are gonna earn it today.
You're gonna want to be able to hit it twice.
Absolutely.
But don't hit it twice. You have to hit it in odd numbers, man.
Yes. Yeah. Twice is no good. Yeah. Don't even bother with the dislike button. It doesn't work. It's broken. So just hit like twice. Or like 3, 5, 7 times. That would be great. That would be great. Ms. Houston, thank you very much. Silverhead Fitness. Glad you're there. And Doc wears the hat of his local Hawaii photo store. Oh, I understand now. Okay. I figured that if I repped Ecamm today, that would be a suitable way to cover up the fact that wash day is tomorrow. That's not bad. Dina, your hair looks so much better than mine today.
That's because you hid yours.
I did.
But thank you.
I did.
I spent a little time.
Oh, well, there we go. Okay, so Dee, let's get to know you a little bit more. I know there's lots of people in the chat who have been following your creation journey since you started it 3 months ago. Oh my goodness. Wait. I have to pop that again. It's so easy for us to forget that you've only been doing this for 3 months. So tell us about the start and why you got going in your YouTube journey. Is it because we forced you to?
Well, yeah, there's that. Yeah. So I ended up buying a place out in the country, and there's just so much goodness here, especially, early 2020, when nobody got to see anything except their 4 walls. I kept on thinking, man, I got to share this with the world. I got to share this. And it took me a long time for various reasons. And flash forward to October 21,
Mm-hmm.
Some field hockey umpire reaches out to me in a chat and says, we need to talk about something or other about cameras. So we did. And, uh, well, then she shoved me into the frame on a stream one night, and I never left.
You were
Just
just like, hi,
I
I'm here.
hi, I'm here. I am cooking for y'all. So yeah, this week I'm gonna hit my 30th stream in this format. We just hit 150 subscribers last week. Um,
Go,
we're
awesome.
we're moving. It's moving and moving and moving.
How you like that?
I love that. I love
And
that.
yeah, so I'm mixing drinks, teaching people how to do these things and slowly expanding into gardening content as well. I understand there are a lot of people in this community that I'm growing very strong, I hope,
Yep.
that want to learn about gardening. So here we are.
That's awesome. So, what do you do about with the gardening at your home place? We've been spending time with you in the kitchen, which I have to say is one of those just it's such a fun experience because it feels like we've just pulled up a chair at your counter and we're just like hanging out, we're drinking a cocktail with you and getting the ambiance. You can almost smell the food, all that kind of stuff. Okay, this is the longest run-on question I've ever asked. I'm sorry. Tell me about your gardening.
My gardening, wow. It's a thing. It's a legit thing here in my garden. I've got 10 beds and dude, I started in 2018 doing this thing where I wanted to eat as much local food as possible. No, that's the wrong way of saying it. I wanted the food that I eat to be as local as possible.
Right.
So I wanted food to be from less than 100 miles away. And so a lot of that meant growing my own. And now I grow enough vegetables that I can freeze and can most of it and not have to buy any other than the, things that you really want fresh throughout the
Yeah.
year. So I can sustain, and it's just about learning how to do it. There's really no more to it than that for me.
Right. So you're saying it's not a magical power that was infused in you in birth. You actually learned how to garden. Is that how that works?
Absolutely learned. Yes, I had no
Fascinating.
idea what I was doing. No idea.
Is that kind of like technology where you don't know how to do stuff until you learn how to do it?
Yeah, and the seeds come with the instructions on the back, and there's a whole internet
There's a
and the
manual with the
YouTube.
seeds that you can read?
They're not always helpful, but you can start there.
That's
And
amazing.
that's really what I had to learn to do was, okay,
Yeah.
every garden is different because the soil's different. Every climate is different. So what works for you it may not work for me, although you and I are in the same kind of area. So yeah, you just put the seeds in the ground and see what happens because it's $4 for a packet.
Yeah, absolutely.
There is some risk, but it's not high.
Yep.
So yeah, just do it. It's like pressing all the buttons.
Wow, there is such an elegant metaphor being built here that I can't even. I hope Doc sees this because he needs to seize this one because this is really hot. He could do a whole sermon on another Saturday. He could sneak a preach about how gardening is like tech and streaming and all those things. So that's awesome.
Yep.
So you started live streaming during Vlogmas, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah. We were 10
what
days
kind of
in.
shows were you doing during Vlogmas?
I was doing the cooking show mostly. The first 9 days, I was just coming up with some recorded content and just throwing it up there. I think I did one or two little lives that really weren't thought through. There was no theme to what I was doing. It wasn't until you and Michelle, really got me going on that first. Just cook. We promise you don't have to talk to anybody. Just cook and let us watch you cook. And well, you can't shut me up now.
It's so good. That show
Yeah.
was so much fun because we should dig out a link. I'll put a mid-roll card in there. I don't know if any of the moderators can find it on Dina's channel, but the show where Michelle and I came on and we were We were like talking heads narrating what was going on in the kitchen. And it was so much fun to do. And we did it with
was
Patrice
December
as well,
10th.
right? Yeah.
And
And
December 10th was the first one, and then we did another where y'all narrated on the 12th of December, and then I believe you and Patrice, we did what was it? Crepes on the 31st of December, I believe. And then there was
right.
the Silver Chef Challenge in there too. That was the other one that you co-hosted.
Yeah. Oh,
So
cool
there's a
stuff.
few of them in there.
Cool
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. And those honestly are my favorites. The
Yeah.
ones that I go, okay, if somebody asks me which ones to watch, I immediately want to send them to one of those, but then realize that's a whole different vibe
Yeah.
than the weekly show.
Yeah.
But there is interest in another special guest one like that, so we might have to dig up
Are
some
you going to
ideas.
ask me to?
I would love to have you
Okay.
and the co-host of your choice
Ooh, I get
hook
to
me up to
choose.
another challenge, because that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That one was that was a really good time.
Cool stuff.
And that's actually what I think is driving this idea of a cook-along.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to talk about that because I want to talk about how Vlogmas started shaping your community and what you were building and the kinds of things that you realized your community wanted. So what did you learn during Vlogmas that taught you about, oh, this is a direction that I could go in with my community?
I think you hit it when you were introducing me. The feeling that you are right here in the kitchen with me. That's a biggie. We're largely, the world is opening up again, but we are largely alone in our homes, and having a place to go, not necessarily where everybody knows your name, but they will after you say hi in the chat. So that's where the counterculture started.
Yeah.
There were a few people who really, really expressed gratitude for having a place to go and having it feel like they were sitting across the counter from their aunt or their sister, or whoever you want to make me today. I will be your mother if you need me to be your mother. I won't do anything for you, but you can pretend.
Yeah.
I'm cooking. See, and that was my mother. She was cooking. If I needed anything, that's nice. I'm cooking.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
no, but we all miss that. So that really shaped it. And then I think I was making migas one night, and I wanted a Bloody Mary, and it wasn't anything that I had scripted. It wasn't anything that I had checked in with the crew about. I just said, so tonight we're making migas, but first a cocktail, and that was a hit.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Yeah.
I went back and looked at the analytics, and the chats just skyrocketed at that point. So it's like, okay, well, we're making a cocktail every night. And I have so much fun doing that.
Yeah.
I know nothing. I knew nothing. I know a lot more now, but I knew nothing in December about making cocktails.
Yeah.
Now I'm just doing it. And again, if you do it with confidence, as long as you know you're not going to hurt somebody, do it with confidence, and you're going to just nail it.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. And one of the things that I noticed hanging out in your kitchen with you as part of the counterculture is that people ask questions about how to do things, but there's even more so, there's a big drive for people to they want to actually cook with you and like extend that experience. So how did you respond when people started asking for that particular activity and the cook along that you mentioned earlier?
I was excited because one of the things that I want to grow into is doing these kinds of classes almost.
Mm-hmm.
So interactive, either one-on-one or small group cooking instruction or cook-alongs.
Yeah.
So the cook-along, when the counterculture started asking for it, it was just the next natural progression, step in the journey. So what I'm going to do is we did a poll in Discord on, I think I gave 3 or 4 choices of what we could cook.
Yeah.
We landed on zuppa toscana, which is a copycat recipe from Olive Garden, because nobody's going there, so we got to bring it home. And so I will put the ingredients in Discord, give people probably 3 weeks to get their stuff together because we all know how it is.
Right.
And then the morning of the event, I'll post the recipe and we'll come into Discord, cameras on ideally, so everybody can see each other and see what we're doing. Or if you don't want to, that's fine. And just come on when you have a question. So it'll be kind of like the normal stream where you can watch me or you can watch everybody. And I'm super excited.
Yeah. And what I love about this idea is, and this is something that maybe people who haven't been, heavily into the Discord servers the way that you and I have, because you and I literally hang out every day in Discord. Yeah. On camera every day. We always look this good, of course.
We do.
But
always.
we're in with our in our segment, and we're in a voice channel and we're talking over things. We're quietly working for a lot of the time, and we've been able to get acquainted with the power of doing things in those voice channels on Discord, using the video, and how interactive it can be. So I'm really excited that you're going to take this step and you're going to give this a shot, because I think it's one of those things that people are like, what, you can do that in Discord? Yes, you can. And it takes a YouTube live stream to the next level, obviously. Yeah. So that's really awesome. Okay. Absolutely. Before we start getting into how we're going to do that, I just want to check back in with the comments again, because there's been a few things. Paul, big thank you to you for digging up that stream, because I'm so organized. I mean, I could have found that beforehand, but I had no idea I was going to mention it. So there you go. Thanks very much for that. Yay! Cook along, says Chocolate Twist Yoga. Cool along. It's the same thing, right? A cool along is the same thing. There you go. Jeff has a question, very serious one. Dina, has anybody sorted out the smell-o-vision for the cooking?
No. But if anyone can, it's you, Jeff.
Absolutely. Can you add that to your mind map,
mind map? Yeah, add that to the mind map, and we will get right on it. My mother asks me for that often because we'll talk on a little screen.
Yes.
I've got a screen for her, and she'll watch me cook. She's like, I need to smell it, or better yet, send it to me through the box.
Aw.
So, sorry.
That's awesome. Simply Obs is here. Thanks for coming. Tori McDaniel's here. Did you see that, Dina? Tori, hi. Thanks for coming by. She's like venturing out into like the wilderness of stream communities. It's whoa. Very exciting.
Yeah, sometimes you've got really good friends, and yeah.
She is Tori. A good friend, I think.
Yes, absolutely.
Don't know her personally, but and in the other good friend department, Simply Obs is here. I may have said that already. And Silverhead says Gardening for Dummies is a great book and loves gardening as well. Yes. Miss Houston, thank you very much for that. And yeah, gardening is one of those things that I tried it a couple of years ago. Was it 2 years ago? Because I think it was COVID times, and I thought, oh, that would be interesting. I live in an apartment block, and we have a common area on the main floor, basically, that our condo buildings look over, and it's lovely green space, and there's actually gardening beds in there, and you can apply and you can get one of those beds. And so nabbed one of those one year. Corey and I planted a whole bunch of stuff. We planted carrots and different kinds of lettuces and some strawberries for fun, because I love strawberries. Just some nice little flowers, just to try things out. And yeah, it was an interesting experiment. I think I just got frustrated because there's a ton of squirrels in this area, and they took it all. They took everything but the carrots. I was like, squirrels!
But you had carrots.
Squirrel!
I was so bad. Yes, we had carrots. And when we harvested the carrots, they were so delicious because, yeah, fresh. So there you go.
Fresh,
Sherry Kennedy's here
carrots.
too. Did you see that? Sherry Kennedy.
Oh, hey, Sherry.
She's right there.
Thanks for
there you
coming,
go.
pal.
Okay. So David asked a very salient question, because it's literally going to take us into our next segment, which is how easy is it to set up an event in Discord? Well, friend, let's get into it, because what I wanted to do was, with your help, Dina, is help show everybody 2 different ways that they can set up events. So we're going to do it the built-in Discord way first, Dina, and then we're going to set up one in Sesh, because we're going to show off all the cool stuff that you can do to facilitate a more personal, private experience with your members who are dying to spend more time with you. So, Dina, let's talk events. Let's talk events.
All right.
So at the top of Dina's server right there, you can see that she's got it highlighted. You can see that she's got an event already scheduled. So the event bar is always there at the top. And she has scheduled her How to Make French Toast stream that's coming up on Thursday. 2 days. I was like, next week. No, like literally in 2 days. I should probably be there. There you go. So, Dina, do you want to just walk us through a couple things about creating an event from scratch, and then we'll go in and we'll look at your French Toast event so that we can see some of the details that you've put in there.
So do a blank one first.
Just create events so we can have a look at it.
Okay. So, I don't have a link ready, so I'm just going to say go into a voice channel.
Okay.
And my only voice channel, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So what I was going to explain is that you have a few options here. Now, because Dina's server isn't at the stage where she gets a stage, she doesn't have a stage channel available. Actually, it's probably because you don't have a stage channel even set up, which is totally fine.
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
I just haven't set one up.
Remember from last week, we talked about how stage channels are like Clubhouse within Discord. It's audio only, and you have an audience, and you pull people up and all that kind of stuff. I think it's a nice feature, and I've been to a couple of stage events, but I think voice channels are where it's at, because we're video people, right? There you go. So you can set up events either as a voice channel, which will occur, that the actual experience will happen inside your Discord server, or you can set up an event that directs people to somewhere else. And as Dina said, that's the next option. So that's what her YouTube stream is. It's a somewhere else. Okay. So yeah, let's try setting up one in your voice channel.
Okay. So I have one voice channel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the counter. Whoops. The counter. All right. And then we just hit next.
Mm-hmm.
And I name the event. If I can type better. Okay, so you do know that I have this thing, right?
You mean
okay,
you
so
almost severed your finger several weeks ago?
I almost lost the thing. Yeah, that's probably a better way of saying it. I almost lost the thing. And God, I can't get out of the frame. Anyhow. Yes, so typing is hard.
Yeah, don't worry. Alec didn't have that, and he still managed not to be able to type anything on Saturday. So I don't know what Alec's excuse was.
There you go. There you go. Maybe he was putting one on in solidarity for me.
There you go.
So,
okay.
Okay, so then you just type your description. Here we are.
Yeah.
And then you can upload a cover image or not.
Okay. And can you just click on upload a cover image so we can see where you would put where the cover image has to come from? Oh, of course, it doesn't show up. But is it asking for a URL, Dina, or is it an image you can upload into Discord?
It's looking for an image.
Okay, yeah, perfect. So it's an actual file. Yeah. So if you are going to have an event, you'll be able to use a PNG or JPEG on your computer to act as like as a YouTube thumbnail, but it's like an event thumbnail, which is really nice. And there you go. You can see that they're looking for a particular dimension ratio there. I don't know what that is. Is that like a 16:5 or something? Because it's not a 16:9. It's even tighter than that, isn't it?
As much as I love Discord, I'm going to say this is probably my least favorite part of Discord. It's this little formatting here.
That little formatting. Okay.
I think it's like 2x4. It's really strange. Yeah. So, and me and my thumbnails, they have to be right. So there's no way for me to fix this, but let's just pretend that I like that.
Okay. You know what? I think it's going to look sexier than you think it is. See, I don't know.
It pretty much won't, but
Okay.
okay.
Well, you cut off the foam of your Irish coffee. It would have been a lot better. But there you go. So she just
Okay, well,
clicks next.
see, that's the best part. That again, that's one
Right.
thing that.
See, now you're going to change it because you're so
Yeah.
mad,
Yeah.
aren't you?
Nope,
I
nope,
I
I'm
know
just
what you're
gonna
going to
leave
do.
I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it, man.
Okay.
All right, so that's it. And now the event is created.
Right.
If I wanted to share this other places, I could. I've never actually done that,
Yeah. So
but we might.
yeah. So
if we
what
were doing the
I
cook-along.
sometimes do is I'll copy that. And then if I'm doing something specific in response to something a person's asked me in the server, I'll say, hey, don't forget you need to come to this live stream because I'm going to answer your question there. And I'll slap the link in so that they can go, because here comes the power, gang, of scheduling your events in Discord like this, is that you can do all kinds of things as a person who's going to attend the event. Okay, so now she's going to fix it all.
I don't
Oh,
have a
and-
date, which is why I didn't originally start with the cook-along, but there
Oh,
we
it's
go.
totally fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Okay, go back because I want to show what people can do in order to look. So here's the first things. Okay, you can see that the prominent buttons. I'm always pointing at my screen like people can see what I'm doing. It's so silly. Always. Like, look, it's right there. Okay, so you've got a share button that is highlighted there, and that's a way that you can share the server link to the event to all kinds of people. You can invite your friends, you can copy that link. That's awesome. And your members, your server members, can click on interested, and that way they're gonna get a notification for sure in the server when the event auto starts, because you saw that when you hold the event inside Discord, it will auto start for you, which is nice, so you don't have anything to sort of click. But then the real power comes in the meatball menu. That's what it's called. Did you know that? The
Yeah,
little three
that's
dots?
meatballs, and when it's vertical, it's a kebab.
Oh, a kebab. I like that. Nice. Okay. Meatballs and kebabs. Okay, so she clicks on the meatball, which gives her the tooltip more over top. And now she can do some amazing things. She can add it to her own calendar. So if I am, this is me, I'm in Dina's server, and I want to make sure I don't miss this amazing event, I can add it to my Google Calendar. I can download an ICS file that I can just double click and it'll open into whatever your default calendar application is. So for me, that's Mac OS calendar. You can add it to Yahoo if you live in the 1980s, and you can add it to Outlook if you live in the 1990s. So you've got all those options there, which is just great. And so this is what I would do with everybody, all the servers that I'm in. If I don't want to miss their events, I would make sure to add them into my calendars. Cool, hey?
Yeah.
We love that. Okay. And then, of course, because you are the server manager / server owner / moderator, you can do all these other things about starting and editing and canceling and all that kind of stuff. So that's all it takes, Mr. David Hunt. As you were asking, that's all it takes to set up an event in a Discord server. You're just filling out a form and clicking OK. Let's see. It said 800 by 400. Eileen Smith is saying about the image size. So there you go. It is like it's a 1 to 2.
Yeah.
If we extrapolate it down to its smallest number.
Yeah.
Is that extrapolating? No, there's a math term for that.
I think it's the 2 to 4, didn't I? Yeah, it's the same as 1 to 2. We're all good.
Yeah,
Everybody's
we're
right.
all good. I went
Everybody's right.
16.5 and that was wrong. It would be 16.8, but there you go. Parker Jennings is here. Hey, there you go. And Eileen, thank you very much for that, and good to see you again, for sure. Okay, so that is one way to set up an event, and that is built into every Discord server. But one of the cool things about Discord is that you can add little programs that they call bots that can do cool stuff for you and make things fancy, is basically the easiest way to describe it. Now, I used to think bots were really Well, I used to be wary of the bots because we all have certain feelings about bots and we think, oh, this might be a little tough. But bots are so easy to handle and they really amp up the power of what you can do in a Discord server. So, Dee, you've got a special bot installed in Silver Lining Homeplace that you're starting to experiment with, and we're going to experiment with it a little bit more, and it's called Sesh. That's fantastic. Thank you for showing that. Yeah, the right-hand pane there, you can see the bots are there, and she's got an emoji locker. She's got Me6. We're going to talk about Me6 on another show, and a YouTube bot. But yeah, that's Sesh. Do you want to just click on that and show us what comes up? So these bots end up being like members of your server, but they're members that do really, really cool things and, you know, and don't lead you off topic on a squirrel chase. So this will help you if you click on this. It'll enable you, if this isn't your server, to add it to your own just by clicking on add to server. It's got a web link, and we're going to show you why that's important in the next place. It tells you a little bit about what it does. And then it's got roles. Now, roles are important because, as we learned on Saturday, roles help you access certain parts, certain channels, certain categories, and let you have permissions. And your bots, if your bots don't work, it's almost 99% of the time because they don't have the right permissions in the channel you're trying to operate them in. Right? Dina, you've been through this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Why won't it work? Oh, it doesn't have, it's not allowed to do that yet.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. So do you want to just click on add to server and see what happens? Because what it should do is say something. It should take you to the, okay. And so this will pop up and you'll be able to use the add to server. I just love this part. It says, can I create commands on a server? But I do not read you a bedtime story. So it's really funny how they specify what bots can do in your servers. They can create commands, but they can't read you a bedtime story. Just hilarious. So these are the servers that Dina has enough permissions that she can add it. So she can add things to Michelle Lawrence of LBC Branding's amazing LBC Mark Makers server. So she could add it there if she wanted to, but she can add it to Silver Lining Homeplace. It's already there, so it'll probably give you a message if you click through it, and it'll say, okay, so we're not going to click through on this because I don't want to mess anything up. But it shows you all the permissions. Now you don't have to accept all of these. For example, you might say that, well, this bot doesn't need to create threads, so I'm going to take that permission away. And that's just a way that you can secure your server a little bit more, but it's, you know, bots are just bots. If they don't try to do things they're not programmed to do, you have nothing to be threatened of. But just remember this, because this will set the permissions in the role of Sesh, and if something doesn't work, it's probably because you clicked off something there that you shouldn't have. Make sense?
So do you go through and scrutinize these, or do you just let it fly?
I have looked at them because I was curious. I wanted to know, you know, what exactly I was getting myself into, because if this wasn't going to read me a bedtime story, I wanted to know what else it was going to do. So I went through, and sometimes I'll do things like remove external emojis or, you know, whatever. But really, all of these could be functions that the bot needs to operate properly. Like, I want it to be able to attach files, because what if in the description, or what if somewhere else in the bot, it actually uploads a file for me and places it on the Discord server that is, say, your recipe list. I want it to be able to embed links because I want it to be able to take me to other places and all that kind of stuff. So I would let that, I would let most of these ride, but I did have a look. So
Sure. Okay, so I'm going to back out of this since we don't want to break anything.
Okay. And the other way to go find this bot is to actually go to sesh.fyi. So Discord bots tend to have weird they have weird extensions on their URLs, like XYZ and things like that, that usually you see in sites that are, how do I put this delicately? Perhaps ones that would be spamming the chat right now if we didn't have an amazing moderating team helping us with that. So don't panic. When you find a Discord bot that you are interested in installing, it'll take you to a site like sesh.fyi. And this is another way that you can add to a server. So if you are brand new, you've never used Sesh before, the easiest way would just be obviously to add to Discord right there. But Dina, you're all logged in on this browser. It knows what your Discord username and things like that is. So you can actually, here you go. The manual tab, that takes you to a really nice online instruction where you can learn about all the commands. And commands are just like, hey, Sesh, could you make an event for me? And that is /create. Hey, Sesh, could you, can I change the settings for this? /settings. So that's how you communicate with the bot and ask it to do things for you. Okay. Sesh has a feature set, as many of these little applets do, that, you know, for free, you can install it and you can do a lot of really good things, and then you can upgrade to a premium. Are you on premium, Dina?
I am not.
You're not? Oh, fantastic. Great, because I am. So it's nice to see what you can do by default for absolutely free by adding this. Okay, so it's showing you can do things like having RSVP options that are customized, so you can have your own flavor in there. You can limit the number of people that can come to a particular event, so you can create that feeling of urgency, or for a very good reason, you don't want to have to try to manage comments and questions from too many people. You want to make it a focused and valuable event. You can limit your attendees there. What's a party parrot? I don't even know what a party parrot is.
It's that guy.
It's that guy. Okay. Well,
yeah.
Guess what? There's always stuff to learn.
So then it sounds like the free Sesh, which is what I have, does not allow me to limit the number of attendees.
Yes.
Which is something I do need to do in order to be able to have a great experience for those who attend.
Right.
So for today, it's totally fine.
Okay.
In fact, yeah, it's totally fine, but that's something for me to know down the line.
Right.
But I like to push the limits before I open my wallet. So
yeah, that's a great idea. You want to explore if something is going to work for you or not, for sure. Yeah. And thanks for helping me clarify that, because I absolutely was going off on a tangent there, that these are the features that the Sesh Premium allow you. The recurring events, these are incredible, because if you do regular events for your people, like I have my equivalent of Doc's Drop Squad class, which runs every Saturday for Doc's group. I have that equivalent for my community in FH Empires, and we do it Monday nights for most of the people there, but it happens about noon my time or 1, and we do that every week. So what this premium version of Sesh will allow you to do is to set it up as a recurring event, and as soon as the last one has just finished, so at 2:30 p.m. on a Monday, bing, another event is created exactly like the other one, and people can RSVP and they can add it to their calendar and they can do all that stuff again. And it is hands off for me. It's almost like it's automated. There you go. More power here with attendee roles. So you can assign a role to somebody who RSVPs, and that gives them that exclusive access. Perhaps there's all kinds of really imaginative ways you can use this kind of feature, and it's not something that I've used yet, because I actually limit the accessibility of signing up to an event by a role, but this is another way you can do things. And you could, for example, have a sign up where people get more permissions in that event. Like, say they can talk back to you, but only the first 10 people get that. And then the next 20 who sign up are going to be watch only and text communication. So really cool stuff that you can do. down the line, the role-based permissions. I need to put my glasses back on. So you can change how Sesh interacts with your roles and things like that. Again, very customizable. You can restrict the RSVPs by role, which is something that I really like to do. Keeps the plebes out. So funny. So anyway, there's lots of really cool membership things that we can do, but we are going to just use Dina's basic membership. And so you can see that she's a member of all kinds of servers that she could potentially put Sesh in, or Sesh is already installed. And she can go to her own server, Silver Lining Homeplace, through here. And this is a really easy way to create Sesh events. So, yeah. Do you want to just give it a shot and test it out? I'm glad we settled the hyphen debate. That was a hot one.
Yes, that was very important. Thank you,
important.
Keely. Thank you, Collie. I'm going to leave this on tomorrow so
Okay.
people know that it is not really the date.
Okay. There you go. Now the next part, channel, this is where your event is going to appear for your people. So you want it to go into a channel that all the people you want to see the announcement actually see the announcement. So you can see, yeah, she
like we
could
need
put
a
it
new
anywhere.
channel.
She could put it in her bot commands or her rules. For me, I think a great place to put an event announcements in is in announcements. That's kind of one of my favorite places. Have you put a Sesh event in announcements yet? Is that
I
a
have
place?
not.
Oh, okay. This will be interesting. I hope you've got. I hope Sesh has permissions to go into announcements. We'll see.
Should we let it
No,
fail
we're gonna
or
do
go
it first
go-
and then see if we
Okay.
have to redo it.
Okay.
Because then people can
Now,
see
I
how you
think
troubleshoot.
Sesh speaks all kinds of time language, right? I could have said 90 minutes. I could have said 1 hour, 30 minutes. It's smart like that,
Yep.
I think.
I think it is too. So mentions, you can draw certain people's attention to. So some people will do a mention of at everyone, and you can do that. And what that means is that there will be an actual red notification on your server for every member of your server, because everyone is everyone, right? So if you really want to get people's attention, you can do that. Some people say, that's kind of like banging on their door really, really hard. And maybe you just want to leave a message, instead. And so at everyoneing is something to use with restraint and caution. Don't go nuts with that. So yeah, Dina can put in whatever description she wants. And as she's typing, there's lots of things that she can add into this description. She can add hyperlinks to other places on the web with some special code, and we might get into this in a second. You can actually hyperlink to different voice channels or text channels in your server. This gets to be really fun. But there you go. Great
I
description.
would say more if I was actually writing it.
Right.
And then
Absolutely.
the image, we need a URL, I believe, for that.
Yeah. So this is different from the built-in Discord event. You can't just upload a file. You actually need a URL for an image that you put somewhere else. And that's because Sesh isn't Discord. It's just a little helper thing. So it's like Sesh is saying, I can't upload things into Discord for you. I'm going to have to find something that you've already got. Nice. And because Dina's prepared, she already had her URL ready. Oh, you're going to change the color? Nice.
Yeah, because this is my role color in the server, or darn close to it.
Okay. I like it. Okay. So you can see a couple other options there. If you want to make it, if you want to anonymize the attendees, you can do that there. Okay. And then RSVP options. This gets to the fun part. So the way that
one thing.
Oh, yep.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Keely.
No.
Oh,
No,
the
you go back
color?
to the color.
It took me a couple times to figure out where the color was actually taking effect. When we go in and look at the event in my server, this teal bar that you see here, this event will have an orange bar. It took me forever to find that.
Oh, that's good to know. I hadn't ever tried that myself. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, I was using a color that was close to just a gray, so it didn't really pop and make sense to me.
Right.
Until I went in and started pressing buttons and made it a really bright color, and then I knew.
Yeah. Okay.
RSVP options.
Yeah, absolutely. So as opposed to the built-in Discord events, Sesh events, the way that people RSVP is by emoji reactions. And this is super fun. It's kind of like voting with your emoji. And so Sesh provides you with some presets that you can use. And the default you can see is just somebody clicks on the check mark emoji that is already there on the event. We'll show you how that looks. And that allows them to, and that says, I'm going to come. But you can do some really, you can do different things. So there's different presets for yes, maybe, no. And then you get a whole bunch of other options. So there's like a shruggy for maybe and no there. And you can see that there's an option underneath for allow reminders. And this is just super cool once this happens. Allow reminders allows you to ask as a user, hey Sesh, can you remind me in Discord when there's an hour to this event or half an hour or 5 minutes, a whole bunch of options. It's really cool. And we're going to show you that in a second. Have you set up any customized presets for yourself?
No, because I'm not on the premium.
Oh, right. Custom emojis are only for premium. Okay. And there
because you'd know there would be a knife if for a yes.
Right. I know. That's the first thing I was thinking. And then I don't know, maybe you would have like a mortar or something for no, or who knows?
Yeah, no.
Who knows?
No.
And again, you can see that you can't add a role to an attendee if you are not on the premium. You can't restrict the event to particular roles, and you can't repeat. So it's really good that it shows you what you could do right in the configuration, but it shows you that, it's not currently open to you.
They're good at marketing.
They are good at marketing.
They make me want these. The role for adding a role for attendees, I would love to do.
Well, role restrictions is really big because it allows you to actually say this event is restricted to my counterculture members.
Exactly.
So the only people who can RSVP to this event and get in will be people who have that role available to them. And that is what I use in order to make sure that I want people to see that I'm doing all these member events in the full FH Umpires server, but I don't want everybody to be able to respond. And then I hold them in a restricted area. So that's the other way that I make sure that just my members come into that. There you go.
Are we ready to create?
Sure.
Okay, so it's there.
Excellent.
And I'm going to pop back over, and we see that there's a little pip here next to announcements telling me that I've got a new message in there. And here's my bright orange line. And the event.
Awesome. I love that. There you go. And you can see that the thumbnail is adhering to that. And they've just changed the interface to make the emoji reactions a lot more prominent. So this is a new update that Sesh just did within the last week. Did you notice the change, Dina?
I did.
Because I was like, yeah, this is dope. Okay. Maybe I should show it from my end as not being...
Yeah.
Although I am still a server manager, but...
Yeah, it's okay.
I'll do it anyway. Okay. So we're going to switch over to my Discord server. And when I click in the eCam window to operate on Discord, it doesn't work. Did you know that? Isn't that hilarious?
Really?
Yeah, really. Really. I do that every time. Every time. Okay. So here I am switching over to Silver Lining Homeplace, and oh, there's an announcement. I need to see this. Oh, look, it's a cook-along. So when I go down to the emoji line here, this is really great because I can say, yeah, I'm definitely coming. So I'm going to click on that. And now I've got RSVP confirmed, and I must allow DMs from Sesh to set reminders, okay? So what Sesh does is then sends me a DM. So I've got a new DM from Sesh up in the corner that I can go click on, or I can click on this bar if I've missed the DM for some reason. And I can click on reminders and it'll take me into my DM thread with Sesh. So Sesh is like helping me out doing a whole bunch of stuff. And you can see this is where Sesh is telling me that, oh, I've edited an event that's in my own server and that kind of stuff. But there you go. So I can now ask for reminders, or I can change my RSVP. I'm not going to change my RSVP. I want a reminder. I click on it. And now it's sending me another message saying, how soon before the event would you like to be reminded? So you can unlock certain options to get really far out in advance reminders. I might say, yeah, I want 10 minutes before, and boom, there it goes. And you can dismiss that message and clean it up a little bit in your DMs. But hey, it's awesome. So I will get a DM here in my Sesh thread saying, hey, the event's starting, but I'll get a ping. And that way I won't miss it. So there you go. That is Sesh. That is RSVPing. And that's what some of the user experience looks like on your end.
One of my favorite things I want to show you real quick, plus I
Yeah.
need to fix this, is you can edit on the fly. So I'm going to hit edit here. And then I need to edit it. Yep. We're going to go back to that dashboard where I was because I need to call this a fake event so people don't actually think it's a thing today. Because I want to leave it there for another reason. So I'm just doing this.
Right.
There we go. So that's the changes. Edit event in announcements. It's poorly worded in my opinion, but there we go. And if we go back to announcements, is it done? Yep. We've got a fake event now.
Perfect. Thank you. Thanks for showing that. Showing that you can edit events after the fact is really nice. And if things have been changed, I will get, oh, here, let me show you. I actually get a DM because I've already RSVP'd. I get a notice that the event has been edited, which is great. So now I know I can see, oh, what did Dina change? Because what if Dina changed the date? What if she changed what recipe is going to be going? And I don't want to do the other one. Tells me that it's the event name and the event description that got changed. So it's really, really powerful that way. If anybody actually reads stuff, they're going to know everything they need to know about your event for sure. So, yep. There you go. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else? Oh, yes. Can you show them how you can view the RSVPs to the event so you can see the list there? Yeah.
Where do we do that again?
Just right beside edit, you've got a button called, oh, you dismissed it.
Oh, my bad. There we go.
So that will take you to a Sesh screen. And this is a new feature that they just updated that allows you to see all that. So you can actually download your RSVPs as well. So if you need that data for some other purpose, then you're able to grab that, which is
nice.
Pretty awesome.
This is really nice when you have more than 8 people for sure.
Yep. Yeah, that'll be super handy. Okay.
So yeah, I'll be starting to use. So Keely, does this show up in your events then in your server? Do Sesh events show up here? No.
No, they
Okay.
are not part of the Discord event structure, so they are separate and they're in the announcements. So I'm at the point now in FH Umpire's server that I don't use the built-in events at all, so it just sort of sits there and nobody really notices it. And but they're getting their alerts. So if I set up a new huddle, an alert, I've assigned that to @mention the FHU third team yellow people, and boom, they get a notification that there's a new one, and then they can RSVP at their leisure and then get the reminders, and boom, 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 boom. You have all these great things that you can do.
Cool.
So yeah, fake event sounds very scary.
Yeah. If I had the date nailed down, which I will have probably by end of day, I could throw it in there.
Yeah.
But please do jump into the server if you want to cook some soup with us.
Yeah, absolutely. So the links, just in case, I don't know if we have. I'll just do it because
You probably know it
because
by
I've
heart.
got the auto text ready. I'm like, it's just easier for me just to type the 5 buttons that it takes. So I just put a link in the chat to Dee's Silver Lining Homeplace server right there. Let's see. And that's where the counterculture is. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then my link for my server for Discord for Creators is there, discordforcreators.com/DS. We'll get you there quite easily. Does anybody have any questions about how all this worked? David, you saying that you think this is really cool? I agree. This is where you start seeing the big power available to you in Discord to be able to really get your people engaged in ways more meaningfully than just text conversations. They start coming to events, they start getting to know you better, getting to know each other better, and doing all their learning, and it's really fantastic. What are you thinking about with the cook along that you would like Sesh to be able to do for you as you're getting ready for that?
I think reminders would be good. One of the things that I was looking at that we didn't touch on is being able to assign the roles. So I think you and I are probably gonna have a session to do that, so I can get it all set up so that people who aren't interested don't get all the noise, people who
Right.
are, and if they come into the server specifically for that, it would be nice to know that that's what attracted them, so I had that information going forward.
Right. Yeah. Yeah,
So
that is a really
that
good
that
idea.
one would probably be a little more manual, or it would be, I came here for the cook along and they got a certain kind of emoji for their role.
Yeah.
Kind of like I think I've got the knife and you've got the cleaver. So, because
Because there will be murder.
I didn't say that.
Well, I said it, and hopefully Doc's stream isn't going to go blip, blip, blip. She said a
Wasn't
dangerous,
going there,
threatening word.
pal.
It's like they don't know
No,
us.
it's because I have a knife problem.
Oh my goodness. It's going to be really fun when you start telling that story at conferences where people are like, how did you get started? What were some of the mishaps along the way in your cooking creator YouTubing journey? And you'll say, well, let me show you a picture of me with a large bandage wrapped around my index finger.
For months.
For months. There you go.
I think it's growing in there. I hear I grow things well, so I think it's growing back in there.
I thought you were growing the bandage. I was like, oh, I don't think you want to do that. I don't think you
No,
want
I'm
to grow
growing
the
a
bandage.
finger right now.
Okay, fantastic. Well, that was awesome. Thank you for letting us go on that little path with you. To be able to go through step by step, I think helps make it more clear, and hopefully people who are watching are starting to get ideas of ways that they could be putting on events in their Discord server and letting their people know in a way that is, I think, a lot more impactful than Facebook events and things like that. I think there's just something more, it pulls you in, you want to RSVP for these things. And, you know, because you know you're going to get all this functionality out of it, and it could be your admission ticket to get in. Yeah. So I think that's really great. And Mr. Hunt has just joined Silver Lining Homeplace.
Hey, David.
There you go. There you go. Okay.
Be an umpire and a cook soon.
I know, right? He's just building his skill set like a boss. Nothing's stopping Mr. Hunt. He's out there in these streets doing all those things. Silverhead Fitness, thank you so much. We appreciate you being along, and looking forward. If you have any other questions, make sure you go visit Dina's, obviously. But if you are wondering about some of the things that you heard about today and want some more ideas and things like that, I do have my server there, and that's a great place to DM me. I'm forcing everybody to start I funnel everything into my Discord server, because it's like my third hemisphere. But
I've been doing that as well.
Yeah? Telling people that
finish
they have
your
to
third
come.
hemisphere. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
I was just going to say that I'm pretty sure third and hemi are like not... I think that's oxymoronic. I was waiting for you to bust me on it, because you do.
Well, times when I won't.
So good.
I've been getting questions in text or whatever. Y'all, this is the power of Discord, because people send me a question on how to do something, cooking related or gardening related. They ask me in text, and I ask them, please, I know you're already in the Discord server, ask it there, because then we end up having a conversation.
Yeah.
And everybody is enriched by it.
Exactly.
Or they get to see the crazy, photo that somebody decided to post. And, it's part of building that community. People are getting to know each other, that I had never thought that these spheres would come together, but they sure are.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the power of being a creator, I think, is the community that we build around us, or that builds itself around us. And we just have to foster it.
Yeah. I love that. Oh, I'm inspired. I got goosebumps now, and I want to go into my server and do more things. That is awesome. Thanks for coming on today. It was a blast, and I am really looking forward to being able to, continue supporting you as you build your server and do all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm going to be moderating, I guess, or just helping out when you do your cook along, because I ain't going to be cooking. We all know that part.
No, but I think you're going to know how to cook by Vlogmas.
You think so? By the next Vlogmas?
Yeah,
and I think it's hilarious that we didn't say by next December. It's like, no, next Vlogmas.
Yeah, so we might have the Keely cooking. No, I'm kidding.
I don't think anybody should have that. No, that should not happen.
Yeah.
That should not happen.
I just saw Tori's comment. Wow, Tori, thank you.
Oh, that is really nice. I appreciate that. These are the things, and thank you very much, Paul, for everything you did today and getting the links through. Really helps everything along. And let's get out of here. Saturday is going to be another stream. It is now a little bit up in the air. Things have changed. We're calling an audible. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, and if I'm going to do it with a friend or I'm going to do it alone. If you have something that you think I could explore with memberships and Discord, come into my Discord and tell me all about it. Give me your ideas. And if you would like to come on with me, we can talk about it. All right. Thanks again, Dee.
Thanks for having me, Keely. Thanks.
All right. See you later. See you, everybody.